my name is Dotrik Wilson. I'm the environmental coordinator for the Tahoe National Forest Yuba River Ranger District. And today I'm going to be giving a brief presentation, a brief overview of the Trapper project. I would like to thank everyone in advance for the opportunity to present. And I do have young children, so if you hear any screaming in the background, please disregard that. Here's a brief overview of what I'm going to cover. I'm going to do a brief introduction, project location, the project need, existing versus desired conditions within the project area, speak to the proposed action, give an approximate NEPA timeline, talk about the timber sale timelines as well, hit briefly on partnership opportunities, provide a brief recap, and at the end, if you guys have any questions, I'll open it up. So to get started, the Fuels Management Project, which proposes to improve forest health and resilience, reduce surface and ladder fuels, protect and improve wildlife habitat, and enhance watershed and soil conditions. It's the largest project that has currently been proposed on the Yuba River Ranger District, and the environmental document type for NEPA compliance is an environmental assessment. So the project area is approximately 31,000 acres and extends, so this is New Buller's Bar over here. If you guys can see my point. Yeah, this is the community of Camptonville. It's approximately 3.5 miles south from the community of Camptonville, going out along Ridge Road through the Pike and Allegheny area, continuing northeast along Pliocene Ridge to Goodyear's Bar. On this end, it's following the State Route 49 corridor, and again, converging at Goodyear's Bar. The total implementation area is approximately 15,455 acres, and that's the area that work's actually going to be occurring on the ground. The majority of the project is in Sierra County, with only the westernmost portion in Yuba County, and all work's going to be occurring on Forest Service land. So the need consists of 7 bullets, which I'm just going to go ahead and read. So number 1 is to reduce hazardous fuel loading. 2 is to provide reliable ingress and egress and ensure public safety. 3 is to restore forest structure and species composition. 4 is to accelerate the development of mature forest habitat. 5 is to improve watershed and soil conditions. 6 is to provide additional non-motorized recreational opportunities, reduce impacts to natural resources, and improve the connectivity of the trail system. And 7 is to manage priority invasive plants that threaten natural resources. I threw this image up here because I think it captures what we're trying to accomplish out there. So on the left, it shows existing conditions, which you have these dense forest stands with high levels of surface and ladder fuels. And if a fire was to go through there, it would basically be considered a stand replacing fire and take out all the vegetation, all the trees, as outlined in that image. Our desired conditions after thinning and underburning and pile burning and all of our work we're doing out there is that we can have low intensity fires and still maintain, a forest, if that makes sense. So the images on here on the left are the Trapper project. That's what it looks like out there. These 2 images on the left. The images on the right are from the El Dorado, and that's post-thinning and fire. The top right image is multi-layer thinning with the clumps containing 2 to 8 trees and gaps. In this area, we had heavier thinning on upper slopes and lighter thinning on lower slopes. The bottom right image is a large 3-acre gap that's been burned. Natural pine regeneration, and that's what we're trying to do out there. We're trying to recruit shade intolerant, fire resistant pine and oak and remove shade tolerant, fire susceptible fir and cedar. So there are numerous activities associated with the proposed project. Now I'm going to go ahead and read these as well. So we have commercial and non-commercial thinning in both plantation and non-plantation forest stands out there. We have general fuels reduction, And forest thinning, which includes mechanical thinning, mechanical piling, hand thinning, hand piling, mastication, underburning, and pile burning. And underburning is basically prescribed fire. Lop and scatter, and then chipping as well. We also have hazard tree removal. There's a reforestation component, and there's some road repair, maintenance, construction, and decommissioning as well. We have legacy skid trail decompaction, non-motorized trail construction. For the non-motorized trail, it's going to be a new 11-mile trail from Forest City to Camptonville, and a new 12-mile trail from Camptonville to Rocky West. There's also a wildlife component, which includes nest box installation and platform nest structures. There's bark beetle management, which will be applied to the large sugar pine within the project area in a hope to reduce bark beetle attack. We also have an invasive plant management component, which will include chemical, mechanical, and thermal treatments on priority invasive plants that are present within the project area. And then finally, we have this hydraulic mine stabilization and drainage improvement. So just to give a little bit more context on hydraulic mine stabilization, I think there's approximately 278 acres of hydraulic mines within the project area. One of these hydraulic mines, Grizzly Creek Diggings, was prioritized for treatment in coordination with the Sierra Fund. We're going to basically stabilize this site by regrading and mulching approximately 1 acre of bare soil. The regrading will be done to reduce slope steepness of the bare soil areas, and mulch will be placed in the bare soil to reduce erosion. Also at the south end of Grizzly Creek Diggings, there's a gullied channel which will be regraded to establish a stream channel, a stable stream channel and floodplain. And then steep unstable banks will be stabilized using wood, rock, and mulch or an erosion control blanket. In addition, vegetation will be established using native seed mix and stakes or container plantings of riparian species. There is also an earthen dam within Grizzly Creek Diggings that shows some signs of instability and could potentially fail. To reduce this failure potential, the spillway and outlet channel would be rock. There's portions of the earthen dam that may also be rebuilt to replace the outlet culvert. So the table on the left over here provides the approximate acres and miles of each activity. So we have approximately 9,000 acres of commercial thinning, and there's approximately 4,000 acres of hand cutting, hand piling, and pile burning. In addition to that, we have a underburning total of around 10,000 acres. Hazard tree removal will be conducted throughout the project area as needed. Around 800 acres of reforestation, and then road repair, 42 miles, road maintenance, 49 miles, temporary road construction, 10 miles, road decommissioning, 9 miles, legacy skid trail decompaction, 6 miles, the non-motorized trail construction, 24 miles. And for the wildlife, we're assuming 100 structures are going to be placed out there. The bark beetle management will occur as needed, and the invasive plant management will occur on approximately 234.5 acres. This image here shows the primary treatments that are going to be occurring out there. So the green is the commercial thinning, the blue is the general fuels reduction. The purple is the non-commercial thinning, but it's in what's called a California Spotted Owl Protected Activity Center. And the red's going to be an underburning. Note that this image only shows the primary treatments. And so most of these will have a follow-up secondary treatment. Like if there's going to be commercial thinning, it'll follow up with underburning. This map here shows the road and trail proposals, as well as the invasive plant management proposals and the hydraulic mine site stabilization proposal. Grizzly Creek Diggings is located down here in this brown. The majority of invasive plants are located along roads throughout the project area, typically along the 49 corridor, as well as certain areas within the project boundary as well. I do want to quickly hit on the approximate NEPA timelines. So as Ellie stated earlier, we anticipate circulating the preliminary EA for public review the end of May, maybe a little bit later, just depending on how long it takes for us to get everything done. These other milestones are kind of internal, so you don't necessarily need to worry about those, but we do anticipate having a design decision, meaning that the project is approved by mid to late January of 2021, sorry. So the Chapel project has been divided into 2 timber sales. The project that's anticipated in 21, which will give us approximately 14 million board feet of timber. The second timber sale is the Slayville timber sale, and that's anticipated in 22. And that will give us approximately 15 million board feet of timber. And I do want to quickly speak about partnership opportunities. So as always, the Forest Service is looking for overall support from the project. There's also opportunities for implementation funding through either grants or donations. We're always looking for ways to increase the pace and scale of getting work done out there. As I stated earlier, currently we're partnering with the Sierra Fund on the hydraulic mine stabilization, as well as the National Forest Foundation through their Forest Health Grant Program. So a brief recap. This is a vegetation and fuels management project on approximately 15,445 acres of Forest Service land. We anticipate a signed decision by January of 21. There's 2 timber sales, Alaska Peak and Slayville, with a combined 29 million board feet of timber. And as always, support is appreciated. With that, I can open it up to questions. And thank you for your time.